Hi everyone, welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to the month ahead tarot reading. Make sure you check your sun, moon and rising signs for a comprehensive view of the month. Additionally, I would recommend watching the astrology of the month ahead for your zodiac to get a different perspective of the month. While you will know the astrology in advance, through that video, I will also send you a reminder when the astrological events are near. All you have to do is subscribe, hit the bell, and you will be notified as the events occur. I occasionally post behind the scenes meditation guidance, quizzes, and polls, which you can check out for yourself. And it goes without saying that you will be notified when new videos are out, such as other zodiac readings and pick a card tarot readings too. If you prefer to cut down the guesswork about your month ahead, you can always connect with me via Etsy to get a personalized week-by-week month ahead reading. Enough about me, let's talk about you. Hi Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising, welcome to your July reading. So let's get into it and see what the major highlight is for you. Okay, I've never gotten this card and I love it. It's the Throne, which indicates a position of authority. Next major highlight, we have too much concern with sexual matters with Rabbit. And the third major highlight is the vase or vase, whichever way you prefer. It signifies a secret admirer. Okay, let's see your tarot cards and oracle. We have the Queen of Wands. Then we have the Hanged Man. Okay, then we have the Six of Wands. Oh goodness. Okay. All right, then we have the Seven of Cups. Then we have the Ace of Wands. And we have the Eight of Cups. Okay. And your oracle cards, we have your past supports your future, card number 11. We have Find Your Sacred Flow, card number 12. So we have 7, 8, then 11 and 12. And the Hangman is also card number 12. We have Get Back to Elemental, 48. Also adds up to 12. And we have Stop, Drop and Ground, which is 31. Okay, so let's talk about this. In this month, yes, it looks like you have some position of authority or some type of recognition is coming towards you. If you're already in such a position, then it can be that you are exercising this authority label or position, and you might be making some decisions here because the Seven of Cups indicates you're making these choices as a person of authority, or within your own life you're taking more of that charge. It does not have to be heavily career focused necessarily. If this is not something you're looking for, it's not something that's coming up in the near future, this still indicates you're taking the leadership role in your life and you want to make a lifestyle changes, or you want to incorporate more spirituality or find some time for like creative self-expression, like hobbies and things that you enjoy. Basically, there can also be some changes that you're making regarding your expenditures, your finances in general. If there's something that's like too much with the sexual matters, that's what's coming up. Yes, it can be in a romantic situation, but I'm also feeling that because Leo is in your second house, this can indicate you're spending big bucks, okay? Spending big bucks on stuff that you just absolutely enjoy, and you might feel a little bit indulgent, okay? So the Rabbit is like, ooh, I want that, ooh, I want that, ooh, I want that, that kind of situation. Sometimes we have that feeling, right? So that can come up, or you might be, moving someplace. Eight of Cups indicates you're shifting out of someplace. So it can be moving homes, or it can be moving companies, or maybe switching up your surroundings, your environment in some way to induce more productivity or inspiration. So in that process you might be like going shopping, or you're finding a lot of nice things around you and you're like, oh god, I don't want to choose, I wish I did not have to choose, but you're gonna have to. With the Seven of Cups here, you can maybe pick 2 out of 7 or something like that, and you're gonna have to leave certain things behind. Okay, that was a very mundane example, I know, but this can correspond to like multiple things in your life. And this can also talk about, of course, in a romantic situation, if you have some type of situationship, I think that's where it is mostly applicable, where you're kind of suspending something, you're surrendering something to, the flow. Okay, let it happen as it happens. You're not forcing anything. You're just being very charming. Okay, you're just being very charming, and you are appearing quite appealing throughout the month. And of course, most of July is Cancer season, so you're definitely standing out. The sun is supporting you. So there's kind of a spotlight situation going on, and on the 17th we have a new moon in your zodiac as well, so there could be some changes you're making to your appearance or your hairdo or how you present yourself to the world. So you're feeling really good about yourself. Your self-worth is absolutely increasing, but then there could be some other things that come up in that process which you're like processing towards the end of July and probably into August as well. There can be some toxic tendencies, be it mentally, emotionally, or physical related, that you are leaving behind. 8 of Cups can also mean that someone, let's say the situationship type of example, you might be like, okay, I'm not getting what I'm really looking for through this connection, or I got what I was looking for in this connection, but I don't want that anymore, and therefore I need to move on and make space for myself, make space for some other type of relationship. Now with the Find Your Sacred Flow, it is indicating that you're making some changes in your immediate environment, but also your perspective, and the choices that you're making this month is likely going to be quite conscious. Okay, the Queen of Wands is very aware of what she's wanting, what she's desiring, and what she's creating through her own actions. She's the combination of water, which is quite, emotional, flowy, creative, and nurturing, and also Wands connects with fire, so that's action, passion, vitality, activity, right? So you kind of bringing those two things together in your life and finding the best flow for yourself. The Hangman also indicates that you're taking a deeper look at certain things, and I talked a lot about Venus going retrograde in the astrology reading. Maybe you visit that for your sign, it'll give you a lot more detail, but because it's happening in your financial sphere, this can mean that you're leaving behind certain priorities and values that are not resonant with you at this time, and this can even mean releasing certain possessions. Okay, and you're leaving it behind, and especially if it is like emotional mementos that you're keeping from relationships of the past. There can be some type of cleansing, fire burning ritual, whatever resonates with you, that you are doing to let go of that so that you can begin fresh, begin anew. The Stop, Drop, and Ground, as well as Ace of Wands, as well as Get Back to Elemental, indicates that you're bringing things down to the basics. Okay, what is truly important to you, what truly brings you joy, what truly inspires you. You want those things only, so that there's a feeling of minimalism, but not really like so far. But it feels like as you declutter, release, surrender, you feel more and more triumphant. The direction, your purpose, and that conscious living type of situation just brings you so much clarity in life in general. Now your past supports your future indicates that there, again, this can be like lessons from the past that you've gathered, that you're incorporating whatever needs to be incorporated, and after you're done with the wisdom or the experience and you've learned whatever you needed to learn from a situation, it's time to let that go. So there can be a forgive and forget type of situation here as well, from a past relationship or workspace or mentality, family dynamic, conditioning, etc., that is setting you free. Okay, this also is talking about maybe you're trying to incorporate more rest in your life because you're prioritizing that, and you find that when you rest adequately, you are rejuvenated. Okay, so you are making sure that by letting go of these things, you have more space for even the time that you take off from work in order to rest and relax, or it makes your weekend chores a lot more easy and streamlined, so you have more time to yourself where you can spend doing whatever it is that you really want to do. Okay, And now the secret admirer, I would not be surprised if that's literally the case, because once again, the spotlight is on you. So it is that other people are noticing you quite clearly in your one-to-one connections. So this can be romantic relationships, friendships, as well as business partnerships. So secret admirer can be just people are admiring you, but they might not be very vocal about it. For those of you who are looking for a romantic situation, this can be in that context as well, because the Six of Wands is like being celebrated by other people, and the person on the stage does not know each and every person in the audience very individually, but everyone in the audience knows the person on stage, right? So you know what you are, you know how you're doing, but you don't know each and every person that is observing you in that time. But that doesn't matter to you, okay? That does not seem to matter to you. You're just being in your vibe, you're enjoying what you are, you're being you, and you're just kind of going along throughout this month. There is a nice blend of activity as well as some downtime. So I think that's a nice one for you guys. Let's see. This can also be, I did talk about lifestyle, but it can be literally like fixing your diet as well, because you're getting some boost of energy, okay, by leaving something behind. Maybe you're cleansing this month, or you're purging something, and it's just making you more vital, okay? Because we had card number 11, and Ace of Wands is also 1. That's talking about new beginnings, initiations, also gratitude leading to manifestations. Queen of Wands is a power manifester, and the Hanged Man is a strong manifester in the sense that you know what works for you, okay? You know what works for you, you know how to go with it, you know what brings you that faith and belief. So you're operating by that modality. I keep hearing conscious living. So yes, you're in charge of your life basically, as we see that, but also, the people who are on the throne are definitely admired and looked up to, and of course the people on the throne are not seeing each and every person there. If you're on social media, for example, this can be talking about increased viewership and all of that, and in that process you might get quite busy, and you might start wondering, okay, what are some strategies I can employ? Maybe I have taken on too much, I did not anticipate this, so what can I let go, what can I keep, and how can I neaten up everything basically. I'm also hearing feng shui with the sacred flow. So maybe you're changing things around in your house to allow for much better energy to flow in, and you're just feeling really nice with your vibe. Okay, so let's see what else we have for Cancerians for the month of July. Fourth house, Gemini, and the South Node. You see, leaving something behind regarding your home. There can be some renovations, decluttering, reconstructions, or just little things. I feel like little things you're adding on in place of the things that you're leaving out to make things much more clear, clutter-free, and easy for you to manage as well. I think you might be selling some books as well, which are like quite old, or some notebooks or some papers or things like that, which are communication devices. It can even be technology. You're upgrading your technology, for example, but first you gotta sell what you have, or you gotta exchange with something else to get the desired outcome. This also means that you are leaving behind old mindsets coming from your childhood that are not helping you grow. So the Hangman has that very honest perspective, because no one else external to it is telling it that, hey, your parents were not nice, or your society was not nice. There's no accusation here. It is a self-realization and an awakening that mindset, which was very valid for that time and very obvious given your previous generation or that societal norm is no longer valid. So you can't have the same behavior throughout your life, right? It's just inevitable that there will be changes. So it feels like this month is one of those things where you're consciously deciding that, okay, this is not something that helps me during interviews. Maybe if you come from a very shy family and then you are trying to be someone who's out on the public platform, it can be especially contentious. So you're looking at where you come from and where is it you want to go, and there is some type of middle ground that you're finding by letting go of certain habits but also embracing the gifts that you get out of that. Okay, so lots of good stuff. This is going to feel a little bit more internal. The revelations and all of that's happening, it's mostly yours. It's quite personal. It's not visible to the outside world. What is visible is that you're very knowledgeable, you're wise, you're experienced, and all of that. But I feel like the internal work that you do is carrying more weight in the longer run. Okay. But of course, I mean, if you're in a position of authority, I'm not saying that that's going to go away in August. That's not what I'm saying. Just to you personally, I think you are going to feel much more like yourself, and you're more on board with all the external validation when you yourself are feeling great, right? So internal, external, it's kind of meeting and matching up in that way. All right, so that's what I have for you, Cancerians. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope the reading resonated, that it helps you out, and let me know your thoughts. If you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box and the comment below. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.